How did you sort of come to this as the solution for scalability? Because I'm sure it's not the only model you've considered. What were some of the reasonings there?
So I'll preface by saying that the Internet of Rollups idea is something that it's ingrained in our DNA, but our core focus have been since 2.5 years ago, since we actually started the engineering work and stopped pure research and started actually implementing. It's been on sovereign SDK, which is our rollup framework, and I'll come back to that. But generally, the Internet of Rollups idea, which I think is already playing out in a nuanced way, is just the idea that compute, whatever it happens in a bunch of different places. It's horizontally scaled. We went through that in the 70s with first examples of compute. Initially, they were being done in mainframe. People were sending their programs, and everything was being executed. The mainframe was doing CPU time sharing between different programs and responding to different users. Then people just moved on to personal compute or their own servers, and the Internet of Rollups idea is just the same thesis playing out in the blockchain world. There's an aspect of it from scalability because yes, in one side, you're trying to do all compute on one blockchain or one computer. That just vertical scalability has its limits, whereas with horizontal scaling, you can scale almost infinitely. That's the general idea. But also apart from scalability, I think as we build sovereign SDK and talked with a lot of customers, we're also seeing that it's much more than that. The need to have horizontal scalability, or the need to have different blockchains or different computers for different use cases. There's much more psychological and economical reasons. One, application builders want to capture as much as revenue of the value they create. Makes complete sense. Entrepreneurs should be greedy. That's how people are incentivized to create value. They want to build because they want to compete at the highest level they can compete. They want the most customization. As a result, having their own computer, because if you're running inside Solana blockchain, there are certain things that the Solana Foundation might change, or there are limits to what you can do with your program inside the SVM. Also, if you're trying to be a really competitive DeFi teams, churn out products one after another, you're building something with the SVM takes a lot of effort. Same goes with EVM, you're fighting with solidity a bit. But generally, for scalability, there's a lot of value too, but also beyond scalability, for these reasons, there's a lot of value in having this Internet of blockchains.